Hi, everybody. It's Kelly and Heather with Real Conversations with Kelly. Are you living a fulfilled life or are you living a long life? Those are the questions that we are asking. And Heather and I probably have talked for about an hour and a half about living a long life and a fulfilled life and we're going to start asking you some questions to really get you to thinking about it. It's so interesting because when you live a long life,
It feels long.
it's long. It's like drawn out. Yep, not my first rodeo.
Exactly. We're not kids anymore.
No,
Obviously, we are in
no.
this stage in our lives where we have more years behind us than we do ahead of us. And
Mhm.
so, really, truly stop to ask yourself, have I just lived a long life or has it been a fulfilled life?
Right. So here's a question that I'm going to ask you. What if the goal isn't simply to live a long life? What does that look like?
What is it if it isn't
What
simply,
if the goal
oh,
isn't
yeah.
simply just to live a long life? Like everybody says, oh my gosh, I
Oh,
want to live till I'm 100.
got it.
I want to live until I can't live anymore.
But fulfilled.
Fulfilled,
Because there's a
correct.
difference. Because let's face it, we probably all are going to live until we just can't live anymore. It's going to be different for everybody, but it's a
I want to
difference.
live a fulfilled life.
Mm.
It's I see people every day, and there are so many that say, yeah, well, I'm going to be 95 years old and I'm going to run the Cowtown Marathon. You go, girl.
Amazing.
Heck
Amazing.
yes. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, go for it, girl.
You know,
Because
I that brings up a story. I don't even know where I heard this. Probably a reel or something, or maybe you told me. You'll tell me if you did. There was a what was it called? A mother-in-law. Oh, it was off of a podcast I was listening to. The mother-in-law of the podcast host. She
Mhm.
is somebody who just does whatever she wants. Like she sees something, she goes and does it. And they were watching a marathon. This podcast host was running a marathon and she saw a lady that she said a 75-year-old who ran by her in this marathon and she turned to her husband and she said, "Did you see that woman? She's 75. I'm 75. If she can do it, I can do it." And so she started training for a marathon at 75. That,
Rock
my friends,
on.
is a fulfilled life.
Absolutely.
You used to run marathons. I used to be amazed.
I did half marathons. I
Oh,
never did a
halves.
full marathon. I would always do half marathons. And then my goal was to do a full marathon, and then I broke my big toe.
Oh, that's right. I remember
Yes.
that day.
And um and I have been thinking about getting back into it because it makes me feel fulfilled.
Mm.
It actually makes me feel more alive than I ever have.
Mm.
I mean, look at me. And for those of you that are listening, I'm going, yes.
Yes.
I am
Yeah.
shaking my head. My eyes get big. I'm like, yes, that makes me fulfilled.
Yeah.
And I might just do it. I might do it. You know what? I might
You might
just do
just
it
wake up tomorrow morning, get your shoesies
and
on.
start running.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. That when you had said you've seen lots of people that have done this, I've also seen lots of people who haven't. And
Hmm.
they've been stopped by something said to them when they were little or some sort of relationship that was terrible, and they just can't seem to get away from those thoughts or memories or circumstances. And literally, you can tell the difference between somebody in their 80s or 90s where they really have lived a great life and those who have not lived to their fullest potential. There is a difference. There's a different glow about them. There's a different way they speak. There's a different way that they actually do things. Or do they just stay at home, not really wanting to go engage with things? So, this is what we're talking about. We want you
Yes.
at 95 to be somebody that can truly say you've lived a fulfilled life.
Hmm. Okay. So we made a list of things that for you to think about. Now just bear with me here. How many of you are waiting for permission to live?
Mm,
And if you are waiting for permission to live, and this means, are you waiting for your kids to graduate from college? Are you waiting for your parents to either get better or are you waiting to lose weight? Or,
mhm.
I mean, there's just so many different excuses, you know? What is that? What is that excuse that you're using not to live a fulfilled life? There are so many other things that you are waiting on, and before long, you're just going to be living that long life without the fulfilled.
Right. Permission is a big thing. We feel, and maybe it's always about we grew up. By the time we were walking, it seems
Mhm.
we were always asking permission to have a cookie, to go outside and play,
Right?
to walk down this side of the street versus that side of the street, ride my bicycle to the park. We have always been asking for permission. And maybe that's been a little bit of a downfall to some of us, but I just kind of made that correlation. Now, our
Wow.
parents did it to keep us safe. Of course, we want to walk
Mhm.
in the right side of the sidewalk and not in the street, ride our bikes to certain places, but we're always asking permission versus what would you say is the opposite of that? Would it be like an empowering idea or what is the opposite?
Instead of asking for permission,
Hmm.
you will be empowered to make your own decision.
So an empowering decision. So instead of
Hmm.
asking permission, make an empowering decision, but then you
Yes.
gotta you gotta do it.
Yes. And don't go back to the habit, put a strategy together.
Mm,
Really feel that. Because once you get out of the habit, because they always say 21 days creates a habit. Well, if you've been doing this habit for years and years and years, and now you're like, I've only got 20, 25 years to live. What am I going to do? You can shift from living that long life to living a fulfilled life because you're going to strategize on how you're going to do it. You're
mhm.
going to take that trip. You're going to go on ahead and get your passport. You're going to, I mean, think about it. It's a
Yes, you're gonna
totally
make the
different
decisions.
viewpoint. Yes,
Yeah.
you make decisions.
Oh, there you go. You're coming from a viewpoint of decisions.
Yes.
That's empowerment. You no longer have to ask the permission. You literally make those decisions and go off and do it. Ooh, that's almost exciting in a sense that, oh yeah, I'm excited to make that decision tomorrow. What am I gonna do? Ooh,
Right.
where am I gonna go? Oh, how am I gonna spend that $100 that's sitting on my desk? How am I going to make
Right.
my dream come true? Oh, I love that. Okay, so
Okay.
that is the stop waiting for permission to live.
Okay.
Okay.
And What if you looked at everything that happened to you as a lesson or as something that was preparing you to be more fulfilled?
Are you talking about not having regrets then?
Think. What if you got a divorce and you were so sad, but you looked at it and you said, wow, I learned how to create boundaries.
Mm, mm-hmm,
Oh my gosh.
mm-hmm.
Or what if your heartbreak taught you self worth?
Ooh, love that.
That and with the self worth, you decide because you're worthy.
You decide you're worthy, or you decide
You
what?
you have self-worth. So from the heartbreak, you have taught yourself self-worth.
Mm,
You have built yourself up and gotten the self-worth, and now you are deciding without asking anybody else. This is so triggering, like so many things in my head. And what if failure taught you resilience?
what if failure taught you resilience? Ooh, that's good.
I
Because
know,
if you,
yeah,
sorry,
go
if
ahead.
you, I was just thinking if you always live in that realm of, well, I've tried that and failed, and I tried that and failed, and I can see how that would be a very long life, a very long life, because you wouldn't, at some point, you wouldn't try anymore because you
Mhm,
don't want to fail. But what if failure brought resilience or created resilience? That's great because resilience is something that we definitely need because we will learn new things all the time. And if we can use that resilience then to help us make new decisions, boom, then we're moving again more towards a fulfilled life.
mhm.
Ooh, okay. Come on.
Yes.
Give me some more
All right.
Kelly-ized sayings. Let's go.
So, what if the thing you regretted the most, you actually helped someone else get what they wanted, move from their
Mm,
position to do that? And here is a prime example. And it is vulnerable for me. I wanted children.
mm,
I wanted children. I just knew I was going to have a house full of children. I was, the white picket fence, they always tell you that. And it's like,
right.
there ain't no
Right.
white picket fence, there's like a brown fence out there and it's barely standing and there's holes where the dogs. And I never met the person that I wanted to have children with. And I had an option to go and, child by myself.
Right.
And I never did. And I did regret it. That is one of my biggest regrets my whole
Mm,
entire life.
mm,
And I did share this with someone. And she now has a beautiful baby.
mhm. Oh, because you didn't want her to regret.
I did not want her to
Got
regret.
it. Got it.
And she did not know what that was going to look like. She has no
Hmm.
clue.
Right.
And now she has a beautiful, beautiful child. And it just warms my heart because I remember the conversation.
Mm,
And I don't even think I've mentioned it to her. Yeah. So
that's
be it
great.
be a teacher for somebody else on the regret that you're like, I never went to college or
Yep.
I went and got a degree in physics, and now I am a marketing guru. And, I mean, you do something totally different. And you're like, how come I didn't go to school for this? And because you are on a path, and we decide to make things happen, and sometimes it's totally different than where we're supposed to end up.
Right. Ooh, that reminds me of the quote, one of the quotes that I love is that your past could not have happened any other way
Yes.
because it didn't. Oh no,
Mm-mm.
wait. Your past could not have happened any other way because it didn't happen any other way.
Your past is your past
Right.
completely.
It's never going to
It's
change.
never going to change. It happened. It's done. It's over. Now go live your fulfilled life.
Right.
Go really figure out what you want to do, where
Mm.
you want to be,
Hmm.
how you want to be.
Hmm. Because one of our next little points is I should have started sooner. Start
Mm.
now. Start now.
Right. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to be 63 years old this
Hmm.
year. 63 and 63. Yes.
Hmm.
It's my magic year.
That's
I'm
right.
just saying. Just saying. I told this to somebody else that's turning 63, and she's like, oh, she goes, this isn't a year that's special. And I said, oh, yeah, it is.
63 and 63.
That's right. And that's a belief that I have. So I'm going to make it magical. And I mean, I said, forget my past. I am done with my past. My past is my past is my past.
Mhm.
The doors are closing. They have taught me so much. And here I am. I am right here doing what I love.
Which is
And
really fulfilling you.
oh,
Really fulfilling you. I know it is. Every day when I see you, the light in your eyes and the excitement that you have for holding Dream Circle, forming these masterminding groups, and just the amazing things that you're moving into, fulfilled. Fulfilled
filled life.
past. Yeah, not holding you back. Nothing's holding you back.
And I had never put a name to it. Like when we really started thinking about it, and it's like a long life or a fulfilled life. Wow.
Mhm,
Like
right?
it has meaning. Don't you want to have meaning? You want to have meaning even if it's just for yourself. It's going to affect everybody around you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everybody around you.
I was thinking as you were saying that, how often we spend or how much time we spend in our lives making up different versions of ourselves based upon the meaning that we give the stories of the things that we go through. I
Mm,
mean, if you really think back upon your life, how many versions of you have there been? And
too
not
many.
just, right, but not just personality, whatever you grow up in like different things, but really truly the different versions of yourself because of the meanings you've given the stories of your life. Oh my
Too many to
gosh,
count.
too
Too
many.
many to count.
Right. And then when you really do a counting of it, how many of those were empowering? How many were disempowering? How many led you to a long life versus leading you to fulfilled life?
And
That's
how
that's
many
worth journaling.
diverted me off of my
Ah,
path?
there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is history. Remember history. History couldn't have happened any other way because it did. But yeah, it's the case when you come to that fork in the road, because there's always going to be another fork. Which way are you
Always.
going to go?
Always. And I'm laughing at that because somebody showed me a sport the other
Oh.
day. I was like, that is not fair.
Yeah, which way are you gonna go?
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't even move.
They don't even move. The little pokey things on them don't even move.
Sorry.
That's right.
I had to bring that up.
I think that's really funny.
It's interesting because we brought up the butterfly effect again, too, when
Mm-hmm.
we were talking. And the butterfly never regrets being a caterpillar, ever. Because it actually brought that butterfly from being, on the ground and seeing a viewpoint of,
On the ground.
on the ground, being there, and then went up in the tree and came out and became a beautiful butterfly. And it's almost like getting to the side, the edge, and jumping off and knowing that
Mm,
you're going to fly.
right. Right.
So
Yep.
changing your viewpoint of that, never having regrets of what you are doing at this moment. I
Ooh, and
never regret really. I mean, starting this podcast. We've been doing it for a year and a half.
mhm,
A year
I
and a
know.
half.
It seems
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
67
It's,
episodes.
which comes to a point of that every stage of our development through this podcast and the know-how and the next phase of dream circles and the next phase of our online programs, all of these things, every stage has prepared us for what comes next. Just like
Mhm.
the caterpillar, every stage prepared it to be a butterfly. So really all those stages were needed. Same
Get you
for
where
us.
you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And it's not the coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Hmm.
Take those out of your vocabulary.
Hmm.
I don't said the other day, and I have been saying it a lot, but then I've been catching myself and I go, wow. I'll go, I don't know. And I'm like, but I do know.
Mm-hmm.
I do know. And I do know that I am living my fulfilled life. I
Hmm.
do know that. Somebody said, are you doing exactly what you want to do? And I said, absolutely. Absolutely. It fills my soul every single day. And when I come in here and shut my door, it's like, yep, I'm in here. This is awesome. I'm loving it. Let's go for it. So that's a fulfilled life. Didn't even
Hmm.
realize that until I'm talking right now as I'm saying it. Yes, I am living a fulfilled life.
Love it. So I guess the question is 20 years from now, are we going to look back and have the regret with those should have, could have, didn't? Or are we really going to step through and be grateful that we lived the next 20 years fulfilling a fulfilled life? Woo.
And and I feel like that just gave me chills.
Oh, that's great.
And I feel like that was my quantum leap earlier this year
Mm,
because
mm,
I kept saying to myself, I probably only have about 20, 25 years to live.
mm.
Why am I going to say that to myself? That
Right.
took me
Yeah.
down into such low energy that I literally looked at myself in the mirror and said, no, I am living every single day to the nth degree. I am going to make sure that my cup is overflowing every day. Now, sometimes it's overflowing with stuff that I don't want it to overflow with, but it's
Mm,
literally learning
mm,
from everything that I am doing.
mhm,
I do not regret making mistakes. I do not I do not. I really feel that life is life is about this.
Mm,
It is about what puts the smile on your face. That is the fulfilled feeling
mm,
for me. It might be different for you. You might feel fulfilled and sit on a Chase lounge and read novels.
mhm,
I don't know. Or you might want to travel with your grandkids in an RV and take them to all the national parks.
mhm,
You might want to travel the world. You might want to go on cruises twice a year. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes this just literally fly open. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And that is what our dream circles are
mhm.
all about.
Yeah.
And it's about taking, like having women get together and talk about what is it? What's been on your mind? What have you been thinking about a lot about, but haven't moved on?
Mm, yes.
Okay.
It's exactly what it is. Yep.
Yes.
Mm,
And it's
mhm,
about literally the rising up of who you are, really, truly. And it might be somebody that you don't even recognize.
mm,
And it probably will come out as a pure surprise because I know that I've been a surprise to myself. So we're ready for you to get the surprise. Remember to like and subscribe to us because we are not doing this just for grins. We are doing this because we are here to help as many women as possible. So, with love and gratitude, and we will see you next week.